Shalom, shalom. Shalom, Israel. Just come to you today with a lesson. And the lesson is going to be about the foods that we are eating here in America. And the water and the things that we are drinking, the sodas and things. I'm outside at the park, these bugs bothering me. But before I start, I just want to say Barak Atah Yahweh, Barak Atah Yahweh Shah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rikor Kodash. And I also want to give double honors to the gatekeepers of Yasharahla, Israel, which would be the apostles of Great Millstone. All right. Okay, and I'm going to go straight to the point. You know, feel good outside. So I give you an outside lesson today. Give me 1 second. All right. And I'm going to start at Deuteronomy chapter 28. And I'm going to read 47 through 49. Verse 48, because thou serve not the Lord Yahweh with glory, with joyfulness, and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. See, the Most High said we didn't serve Him with joyful and gladness for the abundance of all things, because Yahweh gave us all things that we needed, but we still went off. We still started following the heathens and the other nations, you know. What the Most High gave us just wasn't good enough. We didn't know how to appreciate what He gave us. You know, we took it for granted, you know, because we had the most powerful God. We have the only living God, you know, and He always fought our battles. So we took it for granted. That's why we're in the situation we're in right now. The Most High is chastising us because we took Him for granted. He's showing us that we can't take Him for granted. You know, it's just like when you've been nice to somebody for so long and then you find out they're just doing certain things just because they know you're going to be nice to them or you're going to give them something. You know, then you finally find out and you cut that down. Now you got to love them people from a distance. You know, like they always say, feed them with a long-handed spoon because they're taking your kindness for weakness. And that's what we did to Yahweh. Verse 48, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness, and in want of all things. So the Most High said that we were going to serve Him in want of all things. We're going to serve our enemies, Salakia. We're going to serve our enemies in want of all things. In thirst, you know, so anything you drink, you know what I'm saying, this defile. You know we drinking poison. You know, this water got what, fluoride in it. It got bleach in it. Got all kind of, got lead in it. Got all kind of chemicals in it. We're going to go into that. You know, we're going to find out why that's really not harming us, you know what I'm saying, like it should. Because the Most High had prophesied, Yahweh has told us beforehand that in the land of our enemies that we were going to eat our food defiled and drink poison, but it shouldn't take harm on us. All right, but He said that we're going to go to our enemies in thirst, in hunger. You know, we're eating all these fake foods, these GMO foods, you know, all these hybrid plants. You know, that's why people got big guts. You know, your body, you eating it, and the body is not getting the nutrition that it needs. So your body keep telling yourself that you're hungry when you're really not hungry. Your body just trying to get those nutritions. And then you end up being overweight because all that fake food that you're eating. Your body can't break it down. It's hard for your body to process it. All that plastic in your body that you're eating, giving you these big old guts, you know. He said, and in nakedness, you know, and this a cut on them dumb, silly niggas that talking about, nigga, I'm talking about you got Jordan's on, or you got this kind of sign on your shirt, or this and that. Man, this is our enemy clothing. The Most High told us, Yahweh told us that we was going to be wearing these bullshit ass clothes. You know what I'm saying? We in hell right now. So we wearing this defiled clothing. You know what I'm saying? And He said in want of all things. So anything that we want in the land of our captivity, which America is the land of our captivity. We were sent here on cargo slave ships because we disobeyed the Most High. We got away from His law, statutes, commandments. We started serving other gods. We was committing spiritual adultery, spiritual fornication, idolatry. All right, and then He says, I'm going to continue this verse, and He shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. All right, you know they put the iron on our neck until He have destroyed thee. See, the Edomites, the so-called white man, he put a yoke of iron around our ancestors' necks. All right, but now He done took that yoke of iron off. Why? Because we destroyed. See, you think you free. That's why you won't run. You destroy. But anytime you want to leave this land, America, and go anywhere in the world, what you need? You need a passport. Why you need a passport if you're free? You got to get permission. All right? In verse 49, Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flight. So he's letting you know which nation it is. From the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flight. It's America. It's the Romans all over again. Whose tongue thou shalt not understand. See, we couldn't understand this tongue that we speak now. This foul tongue that we're speaking. You know, they beat they beat our language, the La Kodesh Hebrew. They beat the Hebrew language out of us. Our own tongue. Now they got to speak in their tongue, and then they came with our history book and made it a what? A religious book. So now everybody all jacked up. You know, you got so-called Hamites, Africans, and so-called Edomites. Edomites is the so-called white man, and the Japanese thinking that they can be partake of our inheritance. That this book is for them. It's not for them. This is just our history book of our different captivities, what we went wrong at, how we can get back right. This is a blueprint to life, to the life of the 12 tribes, so-called Negroids, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Verse 49 again. Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flight, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. And that's the nation we in right now, which is America. It was the Romans, the British, the Greeks, you know, the Russians. They all the same people, the Edomites. All right? And I'm going to let you read, I'm going to let you listen to this video right quick. Then I'm going to go into a couple of more scriptures about this food that we eat and defile, but I want you to hear this video of these hybrid plants, what's hybrid, you know, about unclean foods.
Everyone, here is our
Let me see if
healthy
you can see it.
shopping haul
Hope
of
y'all
the
can see
day.
it.
As you can see, a variety of healthy fruits and vegetables. I've got a particular question for people out there, and this question is, what do you think about a hybrid food which contains a higher acidic level or raises the body's acid levels, or natural seeded food which has a low acidic level? Certain foods increases our body's acidic levels. I'll give an example. You may walk in a supermarket and see a bunch of grapes, and may see seeded grapes only and be disappointed. Or one day you may walk into a supermarket and see seedless grapes and smile. Well, believe me, when you see a pack of seedless grapes, be sad, because seedless grapes are hybrid. Many of our fruits are hybrid, which means they've been mixed and crossbred, just like dogs and pets, to make another fruit. Carrots, for example, are hybrids. The best fruits are the fruits with seeds that produce their own regrowth or recycling ability, like lemons, lime, dragon fruits, strawberries, pepper, as you know, have seeds. If you take a look at the potatoes, they sprout. You take a potato and throw the potato on the ground, the potato will sprout. Kiwis have seeds. They reproduce. Bananas reproduce. Turkish peppers reproduce. It's something to think about, the overall effect on our health, and the things people tell us that we're healthy eating certain foods and really we're not. It's quite scary what we're led to believe that's good for us, because I believe in God's primacy. God's food, the way nature intended, the way food should have been placed on the earth and eaten.
Come. Yeah, so, you know, I got a little video going on. You know, I just wanted to let you know that, you know, even from the Edomite's mouth, you know, he's letting you know that we eating fake food. You know, this food is defiled. All right, and I'm going to go to Ezekiel 4 and 12. And no, I'm going to read Ezekiel 4:13. And Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive thee. See, Yahweh told Ezekiel that we was going to eat our food defiled among the Gentiles, where he would drive us. All right, and so a bulk of us is where? In America. And we're among who? The Gentiles. All right, you got different kinds of Gentiles. You got Gentiles, which were which are a lot of you Israelites out there, a lot of you Jakes out there that don't know that you Israelites. They don't know you come from one of the 12 tribes of Israel. You know that's in Christianity, Buddhism, Islam. We know saying you a Gentile because by blood you an Israelite, but you're not rehearsing the law, statute, commandments. You know what I'm saying? You're not accepting that you're an Israelite. You didn't come back up under, you know what I'm saying, the shadow of the Almighty as being an Israelite. So you were considered a Gentile. I was considered a Gentile until I came back into what? My nationality. So you got to accept your nationality. Right? But the Most High told us that we was going to eat our bread defiled among the Gentiles, you know, whether he would drive us. That's why we eating all this fake food. You watching them on, you see them on social media sites, what? Making fake eggs, taking rice, taking plastic, making rice. You watch them make cabbage. You know, you just heard the video of all these hybrid different plants they got, all this food, all these so-called vegetables we eating that doesn't have seeds in it. We eating fake food. But the Most High is protecting us. He told us that this was going to happen to us. But they've been trying to kill us out and still can't kill us out. Why? Because we are the elect. They can't kill the angels. You feel me? They can't kill the 12 tribes of Israel. The Most High is with us. Even though we disobeyed, a lot of us disobeyed them and out practicing spiritual fornication, spiritual adultery, like especially the Northern Kingdom. Got all these, what's they call it? Guadalupes and all these so-called Hail Marys and saints that they got. You know what I'm saying? Caesar Borgia, the so-called Christ, Jesus, whoever he is. All right, and I'm going to go to, hold on with me. Let's go to, matter of fact, let me use my phone. It'll be quicker if I use this phone.